thanking you very much. Rutgers in the home white uniforms trimmed with red and black, and of course the red numbers and red lettering. Tanya Hansen will jump it up for the Lady Knights, and she'll jump against Kathy Phillips, the center of Penn State. And we're underway. Atlantic 10 women's basketball action about ready to go. Tap controlled by Penn State. And the Lions come across the midcourt line. This is Dana Eichenberg, Tanya Gardner on the right wing, being played by Vicky Pikett. Here's a bounce pass at the top of the key to Robinson. They go inside. Phillips puts it up. No, and Hansen with a tough rebound.
Actually, Phillips, I think, is better from about 6 to 8 feet than she is inside. She has a tendency to miss some of those short ones.
Cooper hits the first basket of the game. Suzanne Cooper, and Rutgers leads it 2-0.
And we talked about how important the perimeter game will be for Rutgers. Cooper starts with that outside shot and also starts with that man-to-man defense to try to take away Penn State's perimeter game.
Dana Eichenberg. Here's Phillips being played by Ust. Good defense by Lynn Ust at the top of the key. They go on the left wing. Lynn Doherty. Baseline jumper off the rim. No. And a tough rebound by LaTanya Johnson.
What's interesting about that defense is the matchup. Lynn Ust, who has been playing point guard, is matched up against Kathy Phillips, which is starting center for Penn State. But Lynn Ust does whatever she has to do for Rutgers.
And here is Lynn Ust. She's the junior out of South Amboy. Cooper for three. Bullseye! Quickly, Rutgers up 5-0. Tanya Garner, right wing. Bounce pass inside. Turnaround, put up, in and out. It spins out. Robinson got good position, but it wouldn't fall. And Ust quickly across the midcourt line. Bounce pass Cooper on that right side again. Here's Ust. Pikett, wide open jumper. Yes!
And there again, Lou, we talked about that perimeter game, so important. You don't look for Vicky Pikett to make that outside shot, but she's done it. Suzanne Cooper shooting 32% on the year, but she's made her first two.
Rutgers up 7-0 to start the ball game. Outside jumper, wide open is Doherty. Doesn't go. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Rutgers. It'll be Penn State ball.
And Doherty's the only starter for Penn State that is not scoring at 50% or not shooting at 50% or better, but that's because she takes all their threes. She's 6 for 13 in the last 3 games from three-point land.
Phillips has it rejected by Johnson out of bounds.
And LaTanya's just a little bit excited down there getting that block. She leads the A-10. Actually, she shares that lead with Tanya Hansen for block shots in the A-10.
Doherty does get it in. Robinson puts it up. No. Rebound knocked around. Comes back to Eichenberg, and she's fouled. So Penn State having some tough luck with their shots early on, and Rutgers has been on fire.
Well, I think that situation happened so many times as a coach, and Renee Porton is just a little bit relaxed. They're not getting, it's very early in the game yet. You're away, having a little trouble getting them blocked, but they're doing a pretty good job on the board and taking it inside.
And the free throw is good. Dana Eichenberg is at the line. She's a 77% free throw shooter. And Penn State, a very good free throw shooting team at 76%. And her second good also. So she hits both. And the Lady Lions are on the board. 7-2, Rutgers by 5 early. Here's Hansen, finds Pikett, cutting, spinning in the lane, puts it up, no. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Penn State.
It's a great move by Pikett that time. She covered a lot of territory with that pivot and that long step going to the basket, which Rutgers needs to do with that inside game. Don't fade away, go to the basket.
Here's Hansen outside, Cooper for three. Good. No, they say it's a 2-point shot. Just inside the 3-point line. 9-2 Rutgers.
What a great game for the senior who's been sitting on the bench most of her 4 years here to start out against Penn State.
Nice drive to the hoop. Put up, no, by Eichenberg. The foul is on Rutgers. I believe it'll be on LaTanya Johnson.
Penn State, very, very cold, as you pointed out. 0 for 6 to start out here. It was a great job by Eichenberg, but also good help by Rutgers inside, and then Johnson got that foul off the rebound.
Lady Lions will inbound. Doherty does get it in. Robinson shovels outside Phillips. Here's Eichenberg, top of the key. Takes a three. It's way short. Ust tried to save it, but it went off of Lynn Ust's hand. A little bit of indecision at time, whether to save it or let it go out.
Wasn't quite sure whether she could get a hold of it. It was blocked that time by Suzanne Cooper, so doing a nice job on Eichenberg on defense.
Garner loses. Pikett takes it away, and traveling is the call.
Lou, we had commented when we did that last game last week against Maryland that Rutgers seemed to lack some emotion, some enthusiasm. They certainly don't here. They're really up for this game.
There's Robinson at the top of the key. Rutgers defense very intense, but breaking loose for a jumper was Doherty. Didn't go, and Rutgers the other way. Ust across the midcourt line. Their club leads by 7, 9-2. Hansen to Ust for three. No, off the back of the rim. Pikett with a strong rebound. Back to Ust. Cooper fakes the three, goes inside Johnson, banks it home.
What a great touch that Tanya Johnson has. Keeps that ball over her head, uses the glass almost all the time. Very quick release.
Everything going for Rutgers right now. Ust and a scramble. Ball last touched by the Lady Knights by Lynn Ust, and Penn State will retain possession. Lynn Doherty comes out of the game for the Lady Lions, and Terry Williams comes in. She's a junior out of Hampton, Virginia. And she will trigger. It's Eichenberg being played by Cooper. It's an 11-2 ball game. Rutgers up by 9 points in a strong first 4 minutes of the game. Ball knocked away. That's a foul on Johnson. Reaching in. That's her second.
A little bit too much on the hands. You just can't reach in. Just like when blocking the shots, you can't swat at them. Try and get the hands straight up.
And we'll have our first Lady Knight substitution as LaTanya Johnson will sit down. And Sita Mitchelson comes in. She's a 6'3" freshman out of Massey's Hill, Virginia.
And had a great game against St. Bonnie's. Double-double. Her first double-double. She had 14 points, 13 rebounds, coming on strong as a freshman. That was only in 18 minutes of play. Having a very difficult time. They're 0 for 8 from the field. And when you're a perimeter shooting team, your shot can leave you, and that can be a problem. Where you're inside game, you can usually draw the fouls. You don't get them when you're taking it from the perimeter.
And the Lady Lions get their first basket of the game right on cue.
Nice execution of that out-of-bounds play with Susan Robinson just dropping down the lane. 11-4.
It's a 7-point game. 4 minutes gone by first half. Here's Cooper knocked away from Hansen, and Penn State on the turnover. Here come the Lady Lions quickly up court. That long outlet pass is thrown out of bounds.
Well, Eichenberg took a look, and she saw Garner down court all by herself. Rutgers trying to get back, and it was interesting looking at the tape of the first game. Rutgers ran Penn State quite often. Pikett got a lot of unmolested layups, so both teams will look to run.
Here's Lynn Ust. Vicky Pikett back to Ust, fakes the three, moves in a couple of steps, and back to Cooper. They go inside Hansen, moves to the hoop, baseline, jumper good. And Rutgers' hot shooting continues. 13-4, Lady Knights by 9. 5 minutes gone by in this first half.
Penn State changing up their offense to try and get it, but they throw the ball away.
Hansen intercepts. Ust quickly across the midcourt line. Looks to set it up. Cooper barks the signals. Here is Ust. Jumper put up off the glass, in and out, but a tough rebound by Mitchelson. Put up, no. And Phillips pulls it down for Penn State before she goes out of bounds, and she hit her head on the court. Hopefully Kathy Phillips is all right. Saw her grab for the head right away, Dick. And you don't like to see that.
A lot of contact inside. Mitchelson went up very strong for the rebound, went up strong for the jumper, and then a little bit of contact, and Phillips hit her, bounced off, hit the floor.
And she is down, as you can see right there. That floor has no give, and she seems to be all right. But that's a scary moment. It will be Penn State's ball. Head coach Theresa Grentz would like to bottle whatever formula this is that's giving the Lady Knights this excellent shooting percentage. in the pregame, we mentioned they have not shot well this year.
Even Theresa has said that. She's quoted in the paper saying we can't shoot worth a darn, but they're certainly proving Theresa wrong right now. It's just a question of how long they can sustain that.
Lynn Ust snuck in the back door and tied up Penn State. Rutgers ball on the alternating possession.
I don't think there's any question about Rutgers' intensity today. There have been times where they've been up and down, not consistent, but they're certainly ready to play this one.
Ust jumper off the front of the rim, and the foul on Rutgers. Lynn Ust has struggled from the field this year, 38% from the floor. She's a much better shooter than that career-wise.
She's 0 for 3 today, but tying that up and getting the steal right there makes up for it.
Cooper drives to the hoop, puts it up, no. Mitchelson, one dribble, puts it up, no. Rebound underneath is Pikett. The ball knocked away. And Penn State, tough defense underneath.
Quite a set inside. Rutgers being very big on the board. Rebounding very important to them. When they out-rebound their opponent, they're 15-0, and they're only 3-6 when they get out-rebounded.
Jenny Kretschmar is in the game now. This is Tanya Gardner, who drives to the hoop and has it knocked away by Tanya Hansen.
The other part of the SWAT team, Tanya and LaTanya, leading the Atlantic 10 in shot blocks, and of course the all-time shot blockers at Rutgers.
And back in the game for Penn State is Dana Eichenberg. Inside, Robinson lays it in. Susan Robinson.
Rutgers having a little trouble in the out-of-bounds play. That's the second out-of-bounds play that Susan Robinson has scored on.
7-point Rutgers lead, 13-6. Hansen, baseline, good.
She does that so nicely. 1 or 2 dribbles and takes that little 6-foot jumper.
Penn State's baseline defense has been a little soft in the early going. Here's Eichenberg, left wing. They go inside, knocked away. Tried to get it into DeVries, but it was knocked away. Ball knocked out of bounds.
Turnovers another big factor so far in this game, with Penn State with 6, Rutgers only 2.
Hansen, Pikett saves it. Cooper, jumper, has it.
What I like about the way that Cooper is playing right now today, she does not hesitate. Remember, she's coming off the bench, but she's the senior, and she knows that she's in there to score. She has confidence in that shot. When she takes them, when she's open for the split second, she's putting them up, shooting exceptionally well.
17-6, Rutgers by 11. Garner lost it, got it back. Moves in on Ust. Eichenberg, shot by Garner for 3, way past the three-point line.
We said Garner leads Penn State with 85. That makes her 86 three-point basket. But Rutgers man-to-man defense, very impressive so far.
Here's Ust at the foul line. She'll bring it back out. Cooper into Pikett, wide open, lays it up and in.
And Penn State playing a man-to-man defense, but as you pointed out, Rutgers able to get inside. Vicky Pikett doing a nice job with that little bit of pump fake, assured that basket for her.
Garner moves to the hoop, lays it up, left side, no. Ust rebound, quickly out to Coop, up to Pikett, puts it up and is fouled. Ten-point Rutgers lead, 19-9, and just about everything going Rutgers' way early.
And I think that's the play that helped Rutgers stay in it up there at State College, where they only lost by 2 points. Theresa said she didn't think they had played a good basketball game, but Vicky Pikett had 20 points that game, did a great job.
That they've been getting good position underneath.
And it's also that nice little pump fake that is a patented move of hers. She made that pump, threw the defense off balance. What she did so well, she jumped to the glass and used the backboard nicely.
Garner for 2, actually, inside the three-point line. That's a 2-on-none for Rutgers. Cooper to Ust, and she lays it in.
And it's a problem that Penn State seems to have consistently against Rutgers, whether it's floor balance, whether it's their intensity. I'm not sure what. They don't seem to be able to get back. Rutgers gets a lot off the break unmolested.
All Rutgers early on, 23-9. Ball knocked away by Hansen. Robinson, turnaround, no. Rebound, Hansen lost it. goes underneath. Rebound knocked around, out of bounds. Last touch by Penn State. It'll be Rutgers' ball.
We talk about the significance of this game. If Rutgers wins, they're in a tie with St. Joe's for first place, and it'll be a coin flip. If Penn State wins, they're going to get first place because of their head-to-head competition between St. Joe's and Penn State against Rutgers.
Here's Cooper, moves right, goes inside Mitchelson, back to Hansen, jumper good.
What Mitchelson just showed us there is how important the big people inside can be if they're exceptional passers. She didn't look for the shot. She saw them collapsing on her, dished the ball off very nicely to Hansen for that little 8-foot jumper that she does so well.
Here's Garner, outside, goes to Eichenberg, three-pointer off the rim. Rebound, Hansen. Here comes Linus quickly across the midcourt line. Stops, pops, yes!
Rutgers keeping that pressure on, not giving up. They do a very effective job of bringing the ball down, and Rini Portland needs that timeout, and the Rutgers fans respond.
Rutgers up 27-9. 10 minutes and 13 seconds remaining, and the Lady Knights are on fire.
With rising food costs, many people are finding it difficult to maintain their food budgets. By joining SHARE, you can ease the strain of rising food prices. I'm Sister Beatrice Ryan, Executive Director of SHARE New Jersey, a national food program now in its 5th year. In exchange for $13 and 2 hours of community service, you can receive a 30-pound food package which contains basic, fresh, and quality food. If you shop retail, then you know that the same food usually costs $30 to $35 in the store. You can save as much as $22 on basic foods. There are 15,000 participants throughout New Jersey, people from all walks of life who are trying to give their families the best quality food and stay within their budget. SHARE can make a difference in your life and community. Join us. Call SHARE today at 201-344-2400.
The Rutgers fans are fired up, and why not? Their club is up 27-9 with 10 minutes gone by in this first half.
And shooting 60% from the field, 12 for 20.
Ball knocked away. Cooper gets it back to Hansen.
And also playing some great aggressive defense and pushing the ball up the floor.
Cooper just knifes in, gets it back to Mitchelson, and she carries it out of bounds. So Rutgers turnover.
Looking at the other end of it, Penn State 3 for 17. Could not be colder. They're going to have to do something with that. And one of the things they can do is change that offense up a little bit and try and get inside.
Lady Lions looking for some offensive firepower here. Here's Eichenberg with a bounce pass to Tanya Garner on the left side, being played by Vicki Green, who's in the game now for Rutgers.
Rutgers getting their hands on the ball. They're doing a nice job using those hands, not getting called for the fouls, just digging in, giving that offense a lot to think about.
Here's Robinson. Turnaround knocked away by Hansen. 2-on-1 for Rutgers. Here is Ust. Takes it to the hoop. No. Mitchelson gets the rebound. Shovels back to Green. Hansen puts it in.
There's that rebounding stat, Lou, that is so very important for Rutgers. They get that second job. Nice rebound by Mitchelson.
Rutgers by 20, 29-9. 11 minutes into this first half, and the foul is on the Lady Knights. Well, you talk about great starts. This has to be one of the finest starts Rutgers has had this season. And I would tend to think, Dick, watching them throughout the season, this is one of the most intense starts I've seen Rutgers. They're very intense out there.
Oh, I think so. This has nothing to do with home court advantage or the rims or anything else. It's just the fact that Rutgers is outplaying in every phase of the game, this Penn State basketball team. Well prepared, really up for this basketball game.
Hansen has come out. Mandy Valentine into the game. Also Vicki Pikett. They go inside. Knocked away Mitchelson. Up to Vicki Green. 2-on-1 again. Put to the hoop and scores.
Nice job by Green. She saw Mitchelson there, but decided she had to half step, took it all away. We talk about that bench strength, some scoring coming off the bench. Certainly that's going to be Vicki Green. And
that Rutgers defense right now is turning making easy basket opportunities for Rutgers.
Well, they're getting lots of steals. As I said, they're making it very difficult for that Penn State offense. They're having trouble hanging on to the basketball.
Inside, Valentine intercepts. Another Penn State turnover. 31-9. Rutgers in the lead.
Penn State's 9th turnover versus 2 for Rutgers.
Approaching the 8-minute mark in this first half. Valentine lost it, got it. Jump ball. Penn State on the alternating possession.
Just got a little tied up there, Valentine did. We can see that arrow pointing to Penn State, but she's got to keep that ball overhead, away from the defense.
Tanya Garner, junior guard for Penn State, being played by Green. Here's Robinson, wide open at the top of the key. Jumper, no. Rebound, knocked out of bounds. Rutgers ball.
Penn State, of course, continuing to rely on their perimeter game, throwing up lots of threes, then not getting that second shot.
Here's Ust. Lynn Ust. Lost it. Gets it back. Mandy Valentine being played by Phillips to the hoop. Lost it. Phillips, good defense. And then gets it back to Eichenberg. Quickly to Garner. Garner lost it in the corner and then retrieves. But Rutgers able to get back on D.
Not a good move by Valentine, trying to do it herself instead of staying with the offense.
Kathy Phillips' jumper from the top of the key doesn't go. And Penn State cold shooting continues. And keep in mind, this is a good shooting team from the floor, coming in at 48%.
And an offensive team also that's 4th in the NCAA's, 87 points per game. They have 9 points in this first half.
Pike at double pump doesn't go. Everything's slowing down just a bit now as Garner gets it to Eichenberg. And we're under 7 minutes remaining first half.
Well, the emotion settles down a little bit. You get into your regular game. The question is Penn State in too big a hole?
Robinson, jumper, no. Rebound, Valentine. Penn State cannot buy a basket right now.
In and out as that one was, they're just having a very difficult time scoring. Much of it, though, attributed to the Rutgers tenacious man-to-man defense.
Here's Mitchelson. Sita Mitchelson finds Pikett, wide open jumper, good. 33-9. 24-point lead.
Excuse me, Lou, I'm sure the scouting report against Pikett says you give her the outside shot, but she's hitting it tonight.
Doherty jumper, no. Made a nice pump fake move, but again, just didn't go. 6 minutes remaining, first half. Here's Lynn Ust.
Interesting to note, Penn State coming off that GW game only shot 44% from the field.
Vicki Green finds Vicki Pikett, who holds it up. 10 seconds on the 30-second shot clock. And the foul's on Penn State. Lynn Doherty moving in front of Pikett.
Lynn Doherty shooting 0 for 4. Now, she's a player that supposedly comes out 3 days a week, 7:30 in the morning to practice her shooting, but she's 0 for 4 today.
5 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in this first half. There you see the score, and that is the correct score, 33-9, Rutgers. Pikett. Hansen, back to Pikett, fires, no, off the front of the rim. Knocked out of bounds, and they say last touch by Rutgers. Penn State ball, an unpopular call to the RU fans. Dana Eichenberg, here's Garner. In the circle, takes it to the hoop, puts it up, in. Nice move by Tanya Garner. Good drive.
Great penetrating move, and Penn State coming right back with that. A little bit of pressure on defense, trying to pick up their tempo a little bit and get their players moving.
Well, it took nearly 15 minutes for Penn State to get into double figures. You talk about a scoring drought here in this first half. Here is us to Hansen. Vicky Pikett, hands to Lynn Ust. Circles left side, ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Penn State.
Interesting, Lynn Us coming around that screen, going to the left side, put that ball down in her right hand when it should have been her left, keep the body between the ball and the defense.
Shelly Kaplinger is in the game now for Penn State. She also a good outside shooter. And Renee Portland looking to get some more offense on the perimeter, no doubt. Here's Us, the foul's on Phillips.
Penn State going with a bigger team in there now with DeVries at 6'3", Kathy Phillips at 6'3", trying to get a little bit more size, seeing if they can't do a better job on rebounds, giving Robinson just a little bit of a rest.
Ust and Green come out for Rutgers. And Cooper back in. And also Català in for the Lady Knights. Ball knocked away, Penn State the other way. 4.5 remaining. First half. 33-11 Rutgers. Eichenberg and the fouls on Rutgers. Could be Cooper.
Eichenberg penetrating. Cooper using her hands a little bit, tagging as the expression goes in the rule book. Any advantage that you get with your hands is supposed to be called for a foul, but officials are not consistent with that, so you work those hands as much as you can.
Dana Eichenberg goes to the line. She's just a sophomore and a good free throw shooter, 79% from the stripe this year. And her first is no good. But she gets the rebound, shovels underneath to DeVries. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will be Penn State ball.
If we're keeping the stat of players on the floor, there's no question in my mind that Rutgers would lead. They've got a lot of intensity. They're diving after those loose balls.
Kaplinger triggers. They go inside. Phillips kicks it back out. Kaplinger for three. Off the rim, no. And Pikett a strong rebound, but then throws it away. Gardner wide open as Pikett takes a flying leap at her. The layup doesn't go. To 11.
And holding the nation's number 4 scoring team to 11 points. Penn State's low this year was 60 points versus Maryland. Be interesting to see what they can do in the second half. And also Rutgers is doing this without one of their starters, LaTanya Johnson. She's been out since 16 minutes.
Here is Theresa Català with the basketball. Susan Cooper. Ball knocked away by Kaplinger, who took a shot by Pikett. And no call.
Did a nice job, Lou, with her body there, getting in her way and got away with it.
Català to Cooper. Cooper moving on Gardner and throws it away. Looking for Pikett to cut baseline. Didn't develop.
Well, it was nice. The help came over, and we had a player open, but she couldn't quite deliver under that pressure.
It's a 22-point Rutgers lead. Penn State really has struggled offensively.
4 for 28 for 14% with 3:23 to go in the first half.
Here's Garner outside. Robinson jumper, no. And Pikett the rebound. Català brings it across. Bounce pass. Pikett, Vicky Pikett, Suzanne Cooper. Català wide open. Pikett underneath lays it home. Nice look by Català.
And a nice run of the offense. They used that little baseline cut. Pikett swung. Català got the ball down inside, and Pikett converted and finished it.
35-11. Rutgers by 24. Under 3 minutes remaining first half. Jumper, good. That's a 2-point shot by Dana Eichenberg. 35-13. 2.5 remaining. Mandy Valentine at the foul line, goes outside Pikett, back to Valentine, puts it up, blocked by Phillips. Here's Eichenberg, bounce pass, Robinson, puts it up, no, rebound Pikett. Català for three. No, off the back of the rim. Both teams cooling off now. And Robinson will hold. Here's Eichenberg across the midcourt line. 2 minutes remaining, first half. To the hoop, puts it up, blocked again by Hansen, and then Cooper knocks it off of Eichenberg. There's a hustle play.
Rutgers just seems to be on top of everything. They're helping out with that man-to-man defense, collapsing inside, getting the loose balls, diving on the floor. Really want the victory. Susan Robinson for Penn State, on the other hand, just having a tough outside shooting game like every Penn State player. She's 2 for 9 so far.
Lynn Ust angles right. Baseline. Sneaks underneath. Finds Hansen. Puts it up. No. Gets the rebound and puts it up. No. Mitchelson puts it up and in.
The rebounding edge, so important for Rutgers. Penn State coming right back, pushing the ball up, but Rutgers recovering.
And Gardner in trouble. Gets it back out to Robinson. 37-13. Wide open. Kaplinger for 3. Yes. Shelly Kaplinger is a 29% three-point shooter, but she has that three-point range. 37-16. Foul is on Penn State.
Foul on Vicki Green that time, I think, Lou, and we could see that coming. She's stepping inside. Here's that situation where Pikey, you can see she uses her body inside, and I think Eichenberg acted a little bit on that. There was some collision. I don't think it was quite as bad. I'm sure Renee Portland thinks it was pretty bad, but the officials let it go. Pretty good no call.
You bring up a good point. A little bit less violent on the replay than it was from up here. Right now, Tanya Gardner is at the line. 78% from the charity stripe. Hits the first. She'll get another. As Penn State is now in the bonus with Rutgers over the limit. And the Lady Lions could use these free throws as they're down by 20. Seconds on the way. Good. She hits both. 37-18. And Penn State has whittled it down to 19. At one time, Rutgers led by 24. Ust finds Green. Crowd wanted a foul on Eichenberg, but nothing called. Here is Hansen at the foul line. Pikett, only 6 seconds on the 30-second clock. And the foul on Penn State. Shelly Kaplinger called for the personal.
And there's a case, Lou, I think that third official, which we see in the men's game, would have picked that foul up out here on Green, and she'd have been to the line. And I think if we'd have had the third official, that might have been called the other way as an offensive foul, because as she was driving inside, that arm went out. May have been seen offensively from a different angle.
32 seconds remaining in the half. Hansen traveled. Could have been called for an offensive foul, too. Could have gone either way.
I think that's what she was concentrating so much on, the body and pushing off on her arm. She forgot.
Basketball coaches.
And Lou, looking at some of the scores in that first half, Vicki Pikett for Rutgers, 10.7 rebounds. Tanya Hansen has 8, but look at Suzanne Cooper. That's that bench and the outside scoring. She has 9 points, and she's really hot, 4 for 5. As is Hansen, she was 4 for 6 the first half.
All right, second half underway. Rutgers moves right to left on your screen. Here's Lynn Ust with the basketball, and her club leads by 19 points. Inside they go to Pikett, knocked away by the Lady Lions, Kathy Phillips. Bounce pass knocked away, kicked out of bounds by Penn State. It'll be Rutgers ball.
Penn State, of course, staying with that defense. They've got to put the pressure on. They can't afford to sit back in the zone right now, so they're staying with that man-to-man defense.
Cooper triggers, knocked out of bounds by Penn State again, kicked out. I'm sure Renee Portland's looking for a little bit more intensity also on defense from the Lady Lions. Cooper does get it in. Here's Ust, head fake, moves towards the baseline. Back out to Pikett. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hook shot is good.
Nice move. You don't see that one off, and usually she's taking it and using that pump fake off the glass, but she did a nice job of getting it down.
Gardner was wide open and chucked up an air ball.
Penn State just continuing to have troubles from the outside. Did a nice job of pushing the ball down the floor. They'll have to do that because they've got a lot of points to make up. They can't do it slowly, but they're going to have to shoot much better than that, obviously.
Cooper unable to get the ball, but it was last touched by Penn State. 39-18. 21-point lead for Rutgers. The Lady Knights led by as many as 24 in the first half. Ust, turnaround, spinning move off the rim. And Penn State with the rebound, tapped around to Tanya Gardner. And Eichenberg will set it up for Penn State. Gardner, three-pointer, no, off the rim. Rebound put up by Doherty underneath. Lynn Doherty with the basket. 39-20, 19-point Rutgers lead. The winner of this one ties for first place. So a lot on the line. Here's Lynn Us. Puts it in. Nice maneuver off the run.
Very nice move. She gave that ball up, made the nice cut. She got it back with a beautiful play.
Blocking foul on Suzanne Cooper as Garner took it to the hoop. That's the third on Coop.
That's very interesting. Penn State pushing the ball down. They've gotten the ball in Garner's hands 3 times now. Missed 2 of them. They were both long shots. That one she took to the hoop. So they're bringing up that tempo, trying to get it down quickly.
And Garner will go to the line. She'll shoot 2. Cooper will go out. And Vicki Green back into the game for Rutgers.
Doherty out for Penn State. She's only 0 for 4, and a lot of that is attributed to Vicki Pikett playing her. Done a nice job with her.
Free throw is good. 76% for Penn State from the line. And the second good also.
That makes Garner 4 for 4 from the line tonight.
41-22. Pikett lost it. Penn State gets it back, but the foul is on the Lady Lions. It'll be on Dana Eichenberg. And Renee Portland was looking for a travel call on Pikett.
A little bit too much dribbling by Vicki Pikett there. He can't over dribble. You got to give it up. The defense will be coming from behind as they did there. Got a piece of it.
Inbound to Ust. Right side, they go inside Johnson, but it's knocked away by Robinson. Good outlet pass to Garner, who races down the court and scores.
And although I'm not the greatest statistician in the world, I have a nice statistician, Tom Sharkey, sitting next to me. But if I recall, that's 4 straight times to Garner down the floor, 4 straight shots for her.
41-24, 17:45 remaining, second half. The foul is on Rutgers. LaTanya Johnson. That's her third.
Very bad play by Johnson. It was very similar to Vicki Green's in the first half. It was just so obvious, probably because it was right in front of us, where she kind of just stepped in there. You have to be stopped. She has to come out of the game now and sit down and work a little bit on setting that screen. Don't put the arms into it too much. And
the Penn State crowd is coming to life a little bit. They're down by 17, but they're whittling away at that one-time 24-point lead. Jump shot put up off the backboard, no good. Stephanie Thomas in the game, the sophomore out of Washington, D.C., and could not connect there.
And, you know, here you're talking about a shooter that shoots 34%. I don't really think she should be taking those outside shots, particularly when you look at the brick she threw up there.
And your club down by 17. Lynn Ust lost it, but somehow gets it back. Boy, she looked like one of the Globetrotters on that maneuver.
Great job of keeping that ball alive.
Here is Ust. Right side, inside. Hansen gets position, puts it up, no, but Tanya will go to the line and she draws the foul.
Rutgers wants to be careful on setting those screens. We watched Sita Mitchelson set it the same place that Johnson did previously. They have a tendency to step in and use a little bit too much with the arms to push against the player, and if the official catches that, that's going to be illegal screen.
And Tanya Hansen at the line. She is a fair free throw shooter as she misses that first one there. Rutgers has not shot well from the line this year. In fact, they're only 64% as a team, which is not good for a team statistic. Second good. 42-24. 18-point Rutgers lead. Ball knocked away, but the foul is on Vicki Green.
Case of the missing basketball, just rolls totally off the floor, but we got a good shot of it, and we never let the ball out of our sight.
For Rutgers, their 13th foul, and Penn State will inbound right in front of their own bench.
Interesting. I don't know whether it's planned or just happening that way, but they seem to be going quite a bit to Garner, except that time, and it would probably been better to have gone to Garner.
Stephanie Thomas tried to go up and over Hansen, didn't work. Ust gets it back, and then Hansen took a shot in the face, and the foul needless to say, is on Penn State.
And Rutgers hanging on that time. Pushing that ball down the floor was us. She managed to do that little balancing act there so she didn't step out of bounds. Could have lost it, but held on to it.
That's the third foul on Dana Eichenberg. Here's us into Pikett. Triple team. Bodies go down on the floor. And Hansen puts it up. No. Rebound. Mitchelson lost it. And the foul's on Penn State.
Well, nice job that time. Vicky Pikett got it. There were 3 Penn State players around her. She realized someone was open. It went down to Hansen. I'd like to see her in that situation just make that nice power move to the basket instead of jumping up and taking the little simple jump shot. But Cedar Mitchelson was right there and got the rebound.
Here's a bounce pass outside to Ust, being played by Garner. 18-point Rutgers lead, 42-24. Pikett at the foul line. Bounce pass, turnaround jumper is short, but the foul again on Penn State. That's the 5th team foul on the Lady Lions here in the second half, and we haven't even played 4 minutes.
And that was Mitchelson's 5th rebound that time before that she got as a freshman. Remember, she went out with that arthroscopic surgery middle of the season, has come back very strong. This particular game doing a great job on the boards.
And Pikett to the line. Her first is no good, off the back of the rim. Vicky scoring at a clip of 16.5 per ball game, the junior out of Hightstown, and 73% at the line. She hits the second, 1 of 2. 19-point Rutgers lead, 43-24. 16 minutes, approaching 16 minutes remaining in this second half. Here's Stephanie Thomas, lost it, double dribble. Start of this second half.
And Penn State coming up, not shooting a lot better now. They're 2 for 6, 33%. A little bit better, but it's not very difficult to shoot a little bit better than they did in that first half.
Long inbounds pass. Bounce pass. Hansen got position and scores.
Nice job of getting the ball inside to Tanya Hansen.
45-24. It's back up to a 21-point lead for Rutgers. Dawn Chambers, number 25, is in the game now for Penn State. And the ball knocked away. Rutgers on the turnover. Renee Portland trying to play some different people, Dick, trying to get something to work out there.
Different people in a different offensive set. They're in a little stack set that time. They're trying to do whatever they can to get that offense scoring and rolling.
Pikett wide open, fires no, off the rim, and the rebound Chambers, who went way up to get it. Quickly up court. Kaplinger for 3, no. Rebound Garner, and she'll bring it back out. Chambers looks to set it up. Kaplinger is open again. Shelley puts it up, doesn't go. Rebound knocked around, and right now Penn State getting to the loose ball. Garner sets it up. Bounce pass inside, turnaround, no by Phillips. And Penn State's cold shooting continues. Rutgers quickly up court. Vicky Green angles right side. Look away pass to Pikett. Turnaround, spinning move, no. Mitchelson the rebound, scores, and the foul.
What a great job by Mitchelson that time, using her body very nicely. She was blocked out, but she leaned into that Penn State player, got the rebound as she was falling away, stuck it up. Super play by the freshman.
And Mitchelson will go to the line.
Penn State, Lou, with no inside game right now. Kathy Phillips not being effective. She got a shot that time, but under a great deal of pressure, was not able to get the rebound.
She misses the free throw, but Pikett pulls it away.
And pulls it away from Kathy Phillips.
Lenost, yes! That's a two-pointer, and Rutgers has its largest lead of the game. It's 25 points, 49-24. Robinson, the jumper, no. Off the rim, Pikett has the rebound.
Rutgers with great hands. They get their hands on it, even though it's bobbled. They seem to be hanging on.
Lenost. Tried to fire inside to Hansen, but the ball got away. Here's a long outlet, intercepted by us. quickly up court. In the corner, back to us. Finds Pikett. Lost it. Ball knocked away. Pikett gets it back. Drives to the hoop, puts it up. Offensive foul.
A little bit too aggressive that time. She went to the hole very strong, but Penn State did a nice job of stepping inside. Fans don't quite agree with the official call, but they don't usually agree with the official's call.
13:21 left in this second half. And Penn State is down by 25. They obviously need to pick up their offensive scoring production here in this second half. Here's Kaplinger being played by Valentine. In trouble. Puts it up and fouled by Valentine. That's a tough foul if you're Rutgers. You can see right there. Actually, you can't see it on your screen, but Coach Grentz quite upset because Penn State was in trouble that time.
They had Rutgers had great pressure there, and she didn't have to come over top of the player. Kaplinger really forced that shot.
And Shelly Kaplinger will go to the line. 70% from the line this year. Hits the first. Shelly's a senior out of Shelbyville, Indiana. And she rattles the second one in and out. Phillips, strong rebound in the back.
2 so far today.
And there's still confusion on the sideline. And Penn State will inbound. There's a foul by Pikett reaching in. This has been one of the more physical games that I have seen this season. A lot of pushing, a lot of shoving.
Rutgers plays very intense. Their coach is intense, and so you have a tendency to play the same way. And Pikett, of course, makes it a very intense game because she plays tough inside also.
Lynn Doherty will inbound, and Eichenberg being played by Vicki Green. That's a 22-point Rutgers lead, 49-27.
Pikett done a nice job on Garner now, trying to deny her the ball, keeping it out of her hands.
Jumper good, Lynn Doherty. It's a 20-point game, 49-29.
Well, it's got a little tense, particularly with the coaches Rini Portland hands-on hits there, but she was all the way down as Theresa was berating the officials. Rini went down and stood next to Theresa and figured she'd get hers in too. They both are working hard to intimidate the officials a little bit here.
Vicki Pikett with her third personal foul, and Eichenberg hits both as she gets the roll. 49-31, an 18-point Rutgers lead. Valentine lost it. It's Penn State ball. Nope. Excuse me, it's Rutgers ball, Dick. I'm sorry.
And Penn State picking it up now, going with the full court press, including pressure on the inbounds pass.
And they do get it to Green, who gets it across the midcourt line. Vicki Green races up left side, back out to Linus. Sets it up to Valentine. At the line, finds a cutting Pikett underneath, and they kick it back out. Linus sets it up, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hansen, Pikett is fouled by Doherty.
They can't say enough about Lynn Ust either. Doesn't appear always in the box scores as the top scorer, but she plays wherever she's needed. She's back again playing the point spot. They bring Catala, Suzanne Cooper in. They may move her up to the side. She'll play wherever she's needed and does a great job, leading the team in assists.
And Vicki Pikett goes to the line. She'll shoot 1 and 1. As both teams are over the limit now. First, no good. And a rebound to Penn State. They're down by 18, and they can whittle it away. A lot of time left in this one. Here's Robinson inside, wide open underneath was Doherty. 49-33. Penn State executing much better now, second half. Here's Linus. It's a 16-point game, and it's been a long time since it's been that close. Hansen finds Ust, takes a three, no. Off the rim, rebound Penn State, and Rutgers has cooled off considerably. Outside Doherty for three, no. Rebound Hansen, lost it, a scramble, jump ball, and it goes Penn State's way.
No question the intensity level has picked up a little bit from the Penn State. They have to be looking up, seeing that clock, seeing that victory slip away. They got to dig in a little bit tougher than they have been so far.
Penn State will inbound in front of their own bench, and here's Eichenberg being played by Green. Angles top of the key. Outside Garner being played by Pikett.
Match up with Pikett on Garner, the forward tough inside on the number 2 guard.
Kathy Phillips lays it in. It's a 14-point game, 49-35, and don't look now, here comes Penn State.
Kathy Phillips getting back in the ball game. That's her second basket. Nice cut by Pikett and great feed by Hansen that time.
Vicki Pikett scores the bucket. 16-point game, 51-35. Keep in mind, Penn State came in with a record of 21-5. This is a very good basketball team you're watching. So you would think that somewhere along the line, Dick, they're going to make a run.
Well, I think they're looking, too, to make that run with Robinson, who's 2 for 11. She was fouled that time by Hansen. A lot of fighting going on inside to establish that pivot spot down there. But Susan Robinson, who is the leading scorer as a freshman, 17 points away from being the leading scorer as a sophomore. She's 2 for 11, only 14 points. Excuse me, only 4 points.
Susan Robinson has hit 18 free throws in a row. This is her first time at the line tonight, and she hits her first 19 in a row. It's a school record. She made 13 straight in one particular game, which also is a school record. And she hits another, make it 20 in a row. More importantly, her club trails by 14 here, 51-37. We are halfway through the second half. Len Ust being played by Tanya Garner. Here's Tanya Hansen. A couple of dribbles and the shot put up, but the foul before the shot, or are they going to count it?
They aren't going to count it. I think perhaps I would have counted it. She was up in the air on that one. Not necessarily a great shot, but she's turned it into a pretty decent play by drawing that foul.
And the shot was before. The foul was before the shot, according to the referees. And Hansen will go to the line. 51-37. 14-point game. And lots of time. And Penn State continues to substitute. Kathy Phillips comes out. DeVries comes in for the Lady Lions. Here's Hansen at the line. Averaging 14 points a game, just a sophomore. She's turning into an outstanding player for Theresa Grentz.
And she's been coming on strong the last few games. This game, she's got 12 points, 4 blocks, 5 rebounds.
And her second free throw is good. She hits both. 53-37, 16-point game. Garner moves in the paint. Jumper short. Ust pulls it out of midair. And Len Ust quickly up court.
Matchup changed that time. We have Vicki Green now was playing Garner, and she got a piece of that. Nice defense by Vicki Green.
Here's Pikett. Lost it. Somehow got it back. Finds Hansen wide open. Fires no off the rim. Rebound. Hansen gets it back. Lost it. Pikett retains. Puts it up. No. And the foul's on Penn State.
And Rutgers just coming up with every single loose basketball. Penn State cannot seem to hang on to it.
That one was on Dana Eichenberg, or yes it was, and that's her 4th personal foul.
We're talking about Tanya Hansen's stats. Another great one. Doubles all but 3 games this year for the sophomore.
And as you can see, Eichenberg comes out. Dawn Chambers is back into the game. Also Shelly Kaplinger. And the free throw good by Pikett.
Certainly this game is big in the A-10 standings. We've been talking about that, but it also has impact, I think, in the NCAAs to try to get an at-large bid. If Rutgers can't capture that Atlantic 10, it'd be nice to have a victory against Penn State. They're ranked right now in the AP as 25th in the country.
Pikett hits both free throws. It's an 18-point Rutgers lead again. 55-37. The foul's on Rutgers. That'll send Susan Robinson to the line. And remember, she's an outstanding free throw shooter.
Well, she's tough. She's a money player, too. You could see she got that great position inside. The ball went down. She was trying to make that little power dribble. Rutgers and Mitchelson did a nice job of coming over to try and help out. A little too much pressure, drew that foul.
We mentioned her streak, which is now at 20, but she also is an 86% shooter on the year. And she hits the first. She'll get another. She has 7 points right now.
Well below her season average of a little over 20 points per game.
And her 8th point is in. She hits both. And this one almost thrown away. Green saves it. There's great quickness. She moves to the hoop and scores.
That's what Rutgers seems to be doing so well. They're turning what could be a mistake into a basket. She did a nice job of going around the defense that time.
57-39. Pikett stole it. Lost it. And that's a traveling call. 18-point Rutgers lead, 57-39, 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Kaplinger pulls up for three, now gets it inside Robinson, who moves on Hansen and puts it in. Susan Robinson is beginning to heat up.
Well, she's looking for it. No question, she wants to carry that burden, not shine away. Great power move that time, right into Hansen.
10 points for Robinson. Here's Hansen, puts it in. 61-46, 7:20 remaining. Dawn Chambers all the way, jump ball.
Nice job by Hansen there. She stepped into the lane, got her hand right on that ball as Chambers went up, and that's why the jump ball called.
And the arrow points in Rutgers' direction, so the Lady Knights will inbound. Pikett will trigger. Penn State applying pressure in the backcourt.
Rutgers seems to be handling that pressure pretty well. Penn State pressures the out of bounds, putting DeVries, their 6'4" player, on that inbounds pass. Makes it tough to see over and makes a first good trap. Big player to get that ball up and over. Rutgers done a decent job with it.
Linust sets it up outside. Being played by Gardner. Tough defense. Pikett almost lost it. 4 seconds on the shot clock. 2-1 shot put up.
Turnovers on that press. They've applied the press. Does not seem to be creating turnovers now. Must do that to be successful for them at this point.
Susan Robinson will go to the line. She's perfect in this game, and she has a streak of 20 in a row. And her first is good. She'll be coming in automatic at that line. 11 points for Robinson. Second is good as she gets the roll. 61-48. It's a 13-point game. Hansen. Here's Linust. Sets it up. 6:20 remaining. Inside Hansen to the hoop, and a blocking foul on Penn State.
That was the same move she had made the last time when she drew that foul also. She goes down towards that baseline, doesn't quite make the angle to the basket, takes the angle to the baseline, but has a fairly effective little shot and has drawn 2 fouls out of it.
The foul was on Kaplinger for Shelley. Her second. Kathy Phillips back into the game. DeVries will come out for the Lady Lions, and Tanya Garner also back into the game. There's Cedar Mitchelson. It looks like it was a shot to the nose from that particular view that we have. And my worry, of course, was that it might be around the eye area, but the nose can be taken care of.
Talked about the foul shooting of Susan Robinson. She had a streak earlier in the year, 24, got another one going now, got that great roll. 28 is the Penn State record.
Hansen hits 1 of 2. 62-48, a 14-point game. Again, a lot of time left, 6 minutes remaining. It's been a slow, methodical comeback for Penn State. They were down by 25, and it's now that I would never consider. Great acrobatics by the Rutgers cheerleaders, and the pep squad does a great job also. The Lady Knights with the basketball. The foul's on Gardner, who does not like the call. She thought she had picked Lynn Ust's pocket.
Well, it's a question of using the hands there, and that time the official was right on the play and saw it. You know, since Penn State has started this press, they started it with at about 12 of the second half. They're outscoring Rutgers 19-15, so they're going to stay in that press, try and create some turnovers. The other factor in the second half is Susan Robinson, 16 total points, 12 of those are in the second half, trying to take charge.
Ust hits the free throw.
And Rutgers done a very nice job on the line here at crucial times. You can't go to that line and miss the front end of the one-on-one.
And her second, no.
But you should make the second of the one-on-one to really try and ice it.
Approaching the 5-minute mark, 65-50. Ball knocked away. Gardner gets it back, puts it up. No. Vicki Green the rebound, and the foul is on Penn State.
It's a little different matchup for Rutgers now. Vicki Green on the junior Garner rather than Vicki Pikett. Having a little bit more difficult time, but that time she comes out of it okay.
That's the third foul on Gardner. And Green to the line. Vicki Green, just a freshman out of Trenton, New Jersey. And there might be a violation here, and there is. Violation on Rutgers.
Vicki Pikett just leaned in, stepped into that lane too soon. Can't until the ball leaves the hand of the shooter.
And Gardner gets it across the midcourt line to the top of the key, being played by Pikett with 3:45 remaining second half. Outside Gardner. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Robinson to the hoop, puts it up short, gets her own rebound, and puts it back up. It's blocked by Johnson. The foul on Rutgers. LaTanya Johnson, that's her fourth.
And with Mitchelson on the bench there, checking that nose, see if she can stop it from bleeding. It'll be interesting to see whether she will be able to come back. Rutgers will certainly need her if Johnson gets that 5th personal foul. Interesting matchups there. Hansen, that time was on Garner. Pikett on Robinson.
As you were mentioning, the possibility of Mitchelson coming back as Robinson hits yet another free throw, and the streak continues. She has 6 from the line. There you see Robinson. It's done an excellent job. 15 second half points. It is now a 9-point game, 65-56. What I was mentioning, Dick, you mentioned about the possibility of Mitchelson coming back. Theresa Grentz looked down the bench and motioned to Sita. Sita shook her head, no. Hansen, turnaround, good. Johnson with that 4 fouls.
And Rutgers pressing a little bit now, trying to keep that intensity level up rather than going back and getting too comfortable with the lead.
11-point game, 67-56. Under 3 minutes remaining. Eichenberg. Turnaround, pumps it up off the glass.
And a great move by Eichenberg going in there, looking for someone to pass it to while she was up in the air. Didn't have anyone and went up with it.
Rutgers nearly turned it over on that last inbound. Here's Green on the left wing. Again, a 9-point game, 67-58, 2:20 remaining. Pikett to Ust. Back to Pikett. Jumper, no. Rebound, Johnson lost it, and Green saves. We're down to 2:05, almost thrown away. Pikett retrieves. Ust to Johnson, and a foul, pushing foul on Penn State.
Great rebound by Johnson, but here's where Rutgers may be in a little bit of trouble. As we get down the wire, we know that Penn State will be fouling, trying to stop the clock, put Rutgers to the line. Johnson having a very difficult time from the line at 44% shooter from the foul line. This will be her first time to the line tonight.
She has struggled from the stripe this year, no doubt about it. And she misses. Penn State can cut it to 7. Robinson, jumper, no. Rebound knocked around underneath. Jump ball, it'll be Rutgers on the alternating possession. Under 2 minutes left in this game.
Well, Robinson looking for that outside shot. I thought she's been playing much better by putting it on the floor and going to the basket. She felt she had it. Wasn't very far. It was about a 10-foot jumper. Was way off the mark.
Here's Lynn Ust. Gets it across. Vicky Green, right wing. Back to Ust. Green, Pikett. Couple of dribbles, puts it up, no, and draws the foul. Foul will be on Kathy Phillips of Penn State. That's her 4th.
Rutgers can't get that one to denote the substitution now. Johnson is out of the basketball game, so they can't look to foul her.
You go with Hanson, Pikett, Ust, Green, and Cooper.
And you put your 3 guards in there with Cooper, Green, and Ust to have a good ball handling club in there. Take your worst foul shooter out.
And the second free throw is no good. So 1 of 2. It's a 10-point game. 68-58. A minute and a half remaining. Eichenberg hands to Gardner, and Penn State cannot waste a lot of time. They're going to have to start putting up some shots. Here's Robinson, 3-point range. Good defense by Rutgers. Gardner outside. Takes it to the hoop, puts it up. No. Rebound, Pikett.
I think Penn State may have been looking for the 3 there and just ran out of time, and Gardner had to force it and take that drive. Great rebound by Pikett.
Green to Ust. Pikett lost it. Gets it back, and the foul on Penn State will send Vicky Pikett to the line. .57 seconds remaining in this second half. That's the 5th foul for Eichenberg, so she is gone. And Eichenberg fouls out with 8 points in the game.
Great point guard for him, leading them in, at least going into this game, in 3-point shooting at 41% with 25 for 61. They might have needed her in that game as they try for a couple threes to get back in it.
And a big free throw by Pikett. She'll get another.
She shakes her head no a little bit. Maybe she felt that shot went out. It didn't feel real good. Second one important to her.
And the second good also. She hits both, and Rutgers by 12. 70-58. Rutgers holds on. They will tie for first place with St. Joe's, and a coin flip will decide who is the regular season champion. 3-pointer by Tanya Gardner, but Penn State says, wait a minute, we're not ready to concede yet. Ust is fouled in the backcourt, and she'll have to shoot 1 and 1.
Penn State dropped back that time. I think Renee Portland would have rather had that pressure on the inbound pass than go for that first great trap, come out with a foul. Maybe you're going to get the ball. That way, it's obviously a foul when you're running around chasing the player.
Ust will go to the line. She'll shoot 1 and 1. 70-61 the score. Rutgers by 9. And her first is good.
Lynn shooting 67% for the year, but 4 for 5 tonight.
And the second is also good. She hits both. Rutgers doing the job on the line down the stretch.
And Ust with 13 points.
72-61. Lady Knights by 11. Here's Chambers in 3-point land. Gardner also out there, and she pumps up a 3-pointer. It's good. Tanya Gardner on fire from 3-point range here in the waning moments. It's an 8-point game, and the foul in the backcourt. 72-64, 20 seconds remaining.
Gardner hit.
And she'll get one more free throw with the score 73-64. And the free throw is no good, but she gets the rebound back. Kicks it back out to Cooper. Knocked away by Gardner. Here comes Gardner quickly down court, but there's only 10 seconds left. Takes it to the hoop and scores. 73-66. Stolen by Penn State. Jump ball. It'll be Penn State ball with 3 seconds remaining, but they're down by 7 points. Rutgers is on their way to their 19th victory of the season. They'll be 19-8. And Penn State will drop to 21-6. But more importantly here, Rutgers with a share of the regular season Atlantic 10 title and an opportunity to get that first seed in the tournament, which will be played at Penn State. Rutgers calls, I believe it was Rutgers who called the timeout with 2 seconds left, 7 seconds remaining.
Well, I'm sure Theresa wants to make sure this game does not get away. As good a coach as Rennie Portland is at 73-66 with 2 seconds, I don't think they have a great shot at it. Although I remember another game I was saying that, sure, Theresa will give Virginia that last shot, and lo and behold, they put that last shot in.
Dick, let's talk about the importance of the first seed in the Atlantic 10 tournament. Obviously, the games are being played at Penn State, so it doesn't give you a home court advantage. But what it does is, if you're that first seed, it gives you the opportunity not to play, I should say, either St. Joe's or Penn State until that championship game, correct?
Right, and that's the bottom line, is trying to get into that championship game, because if Rutgers wins the toss and gets the first seed, that will make St. Joe's second, and it will put Penn State in the third spot. And second and third are in the same bracket, so have to meet each other, whereas Rutgers would be in the bracket below them with number 4, 5, 8, and 9.
All right, Penn State will inbound, but just 2 ticks left on the clock. Kaplinger loses, and that is it. The final score, Rutgers 73, Penn State 66, and we have to wrap quickly. So for Dick Lloyd and the rest of the TKR sports crew, thanks for joining us for Rutgers Lady Night Basketball. Once again, Rutgers 73, Penn State 66. So long, everyone.